podcast who are on the verge of running $1 million business.
Kevin, welcome to the show, man.
Now let's play Big Bank, take Little Bank.
Kevin fucking Samuels in the house.
Hi guys, how are we doing?
What's up, Kevin?
One thing that I heard from the ladies that I often heard when I spent a lot of time in corporate strip clubs with high-end escorts, porn stars, the new girls to the industry all thought they discovered fire because they were hot. What Afiz is trying to tell you, ladies, is the money you're making is seasonal. There will be a new it chick every season. And what ends up happening is if you don't take the money you have while you're hot, and if you're not flexible enough to listen to people who know better, you'll just have a lot of money that you blow. Now, I don't know why so many women think OnlyFans is this open fount of money. It's money. OnlyFans is at scale now. And we have no history on women going a decade of making money. Same store sales year over year on this platform. So everything that I heard from you ladies is the most optimistic projections if nothing changes.
But it's open, so it's not possible for it to be for 10 years because it hasn't even been a decade since the website has just came.
That's what I just said.
Sex work has been around since forever.
Yeah, but that's okay. So like I was saying, I traffic in places where high-end.
Okay, you could tell by the way these women talk that they're not very intelligent. They're not very smart. What they don't know is that, the money can dry up any time. Economy could tank. People will be very, frugal with their money. They want to hold on to their money and not pay sex workers really much of anything. And they will be forced to go and find real jobs, or they will just go on the street and prostitute as women have done before there was any OnlyFans. That's what, Kevin is trying to tell them, that while you're hot, invest. Like, all right, women who are strippers, right? Some of them would pay for their law degree or pay for a house with the money that they have. They would save up for a house or save up for law school, or just go to law school while working as strippers and then graduate and never see the strip club again. This is what Kevin is trying to say. While you're hot, take the money and invest and get out of it. Don't make this a long-term career. You can tell by their rebuttals and hard-headedness, they're not very smart and they want to live on this for the rest of their lives. It's easy money. I don't have to work hard. That's the translation.
Sex work, ladies. Do you honestly think you're going to make increasing money over the next 10 years?
I've increased my money exponentially every single month since I started OnlyFans.
That's a month, and that's every month. But I said over the next 10 years. You've been in this business for right about a year, right?
Is 10 years old yet?
That's not the question.
Well, any business.
And here's the thing, and this is what I mean by the hard-headedness piece of it. In order to be able to take the money you've made and apply the so-called knowledge you have, you need to be able to work and leverage it with people who know more than you, instead of looking Hafiz in the face like he doesn't know what he's talking about when he runs a almost $1 million business. The guys on the podcast who are on the verge of running $1 million business, and another person who knows how to do it is run most of them. You're asking me questions to prove to you like I don't know what I'm talking about.
And that's the thing. He's trying to convey some information to them, and they are still playing the fool. And, these are the type of women that are going to have to learn the hard way. They're not learning. They want to talk while he's talking. You ever been with, try to talk to somebody and try to reason with them?
I don't think you know what you're talking about regarding OnlyFans. That's for sure. Because
but I don't know what I'm talking about as far as business and making money.
You see what happens? I don't think you know what you're talking about, because they see the money right now. Here and now, they see the money. Anything can happen. This is what they're not understanding. Anything could happen from between now and a time when they are not good anymore. You know, it could be a time that they could get sick. All right, they could gain weight. All right, then it'd be hard for them to lose the weight and still be on OnlyFans. Things happen. Life happens, and you know they could be in a car accident. They could get a bad scar. You know, they're not listening. This is what they don't understand. OnlyFans is not money that you should be using for long term. Okay, this is what they're not understanding. You're relying on something that depreciates. It's a depreciating asset, and that is their beauty. A woman's attraction is her beauty. Okay, there's a reason why when models get to a certain age, they have to find other ways to work. They may have to own a modeling business instead of being a model. They have to find other ways to survive because they can't model forever. They can't do the modeling at 20 that they could and still do it at 30, 40, 50. They have to change up. They have to adapt. They have to reinvent themselves. This is entertainment business. You have to reinvent yourselves. You can't always do the same type of role, you know, on and on and on and on. You have to reinvent yourself and find a new way of making money. And these women are not seeing it that way. They're not paying attention.
In regards to making money, money comes in waves, and we all have to understand that. And if we all invest successfully, we can.
Where are you investing? Where are you investing?
People are.
Where are you investing?
Average.
Where are you investing?
That's none of your business.
It's a secret.
You know, the good.
Yeah, she's saying that, oh, it's none of your business, meaning that she's not investing. She's just speaking out of her mouth. She's just talking out of her rear end.
I accept what you just said. But you said money comes in waves. Granted, we have to invest. Take it. Where are some of the places you invest?
Yeah, so
See, this is what this OnlyFans economy has done. It's let women with really low functioning knowledge, no high value or high ticket skills.
That's not low functioning knowledge.
Well, let's talk. Okay. Every time I've asked you any question about business, and you've asked me a question.
He's telling the truth. Okay, OnlyFans is an easy avenue with the least path of resistance to make money. Okay, it's kind of all right. You could say kind of like YouTube in a way. I mean, you get to a point of 1,000 subscribers and then you make money. All you got to do for some people, there are people who actually have skills and they are on YouTube. But for some people, it's just like, you know, they get on there and let's say they're a model and that's what they do. They model. But that can't help you forever. Okay. As you age, you have to find something else to do. And you may not be able to do that anymore. You have to try something else, you know, as another source of income, another source of investment. And a lot of people are not listening when it comes to that, especially these young women here. They're not understanding they cannot do this forever. Especially if you want to have kids, you want a man, you want a house, you want a family, you want a man that respects you. He's not going to respect you if you do an OnlyFans and you see that as a career, let alone a man who's worth a damn.
Instead of answering it. And I said, and if it's not you, eat the meat, spit out the bones. But what OnlyFans has done is it's created a bubble economy. Women are rushing to OnlyFans thinking that it's the new .com, the new real estate, and they're realizing that there is no sustainable way to project this out for over 5 years. Now, maybe you don't know that knowledge, but I do. Because anyway. So,
for the club, like, we're not.
You understand that, but he's not trying to hate.
Okay. So, this is what a lot of women don't understand. They come to OnlyFans thinking it's a gold mine, all right? But only few women actually make the money that they could have a house, buy a car, a top of the line car, in a really expensive house. because you have to have the looks, and the people who are paying are the ones that have the power. They're the ones, these simps, those simps are the ones that are enabling you to have the car, to have the life high in the hog. But here's the thing, you have to look the part. You have to have those looks, and a lot of those women don't have those looks, and also the fact that, man, that too many women are joined in that market in OnlyFans, which means there's not enough money to go around. Okay, there's a tons of OnlyFans models on OnlyFans, which means a dime a dozen, and very few make serious money on OnlyFans. A lot of women are rushing to that because of the economy, but what they're not understanding, and they learn too late, that not everybody makes that type of money on OnlyFans. A lot of them don't. A lot of these models struggle. And it could be a point that these women may end up in that predicament one day. They may age or they may gain weight. Like I said, life happens. Things may happen that they're no longer appealing.
So
But listen, I'm investing my OnlyFans money into body contouring. He's asking my friend, what is she investing in?
yeah.
He is trying to make her feel bad about that. I'm doing it into body.
No, I asked her what she was investing in. I don't know whether it's good or bad.
I didn't
None of
want
you
to
guys
talk
pay my
about.
bills, so why would I tell you about my business unless you're
So,
about
okay,
it?
so
I think guys are just mad. It's
I don't
easier
think you
for
guys
us to
are
make
very
money.
happy for me
Okay,
for my
ladies,
success.
calm down. Ladies, calm down. Here's the reality. The point of the matter is that what we're trying to communicate is that a lot of fields that give people quick money, whether it's entertainment, whether it's sports, whether it's acting, there's so many fields that will give you quick money today. And when you get that money, you think you've made it. Look at all the Atlanta rappers. Look at all the basketball players. You think that you made it because you're getting money today. But a lot of these fields in 5, 10, 15, 20 years, you're not making the same amount of money. It's not just you women on OnlyFans, it's also men as well. But the reality of the matter is that if you are not wise with your money, if you are not long-sighted with your money, if you don't have actual investments, like understanding cryptocurrency, like understanding mutual funds, like understanding stocks, when you're not educating yourself on those matters, what ends up happening is you end up losing your money. And the reality of the matter is, for a lot of women who are into sex work, you guys are short-sighted individuals. So if you're a short-sighted person, more than likely you're not spending your money. You're buying bags. You're buying nice
Who
apartments.
said OnlyFans is just sex work?
I didn't say.
Who said I'm buying bags? Like, who said I don't own
Let me
own
finish.
stocks?
Let me finish.
Well, hold on. See, you can't do that. I asked you what you're buying and what you're investing in, and you didn't want to say it. So when Hafiz makes an assumption, then you want to question that. See, here's what we have going on. This is what I said about being hard-headed.
I think you guys should be more open-minded.
Let him finish.
Yes.
Let him finish.
Research what
So
you're
guys,
You guys need to spread a positive message, because at the end of the day, I'm leaving you with a negative message from this podcast, because you guys
Because I'm pressure control because she's
real quick.
You guys
Six
will
rest-
judge.
So this thing comes as like, oh, you got to come with a positive message. This is a positive message. The message is the fact that if you don't make smart investments while in this quick money grab era that you have, this high point you have in the OnlyFans industry, you are going to bomb hard. You're going to fail. That's what they're trying to tell these women, but they don't want to listen. They take it as negative. Okay. And the thing is, this tragedy of this OnlyFans, right, is the fact that they're getting all this satisfaction from these simps. Okay. They're getting this, this dopamine rush. Like, oh, I'm getting all this attention. I'm getting all this validation from all these men. And, when a man comes and tells you reality, you don't want to hear it. It's the same thing. A lot of times these type of women, these low, I want to just say it, these low IQ females who are like this, who just want to be on Tinder and want to get on OnlyFans and get noticed and stuff like that. They only like being told what they want to hear. And when a man actually gives some caring, strict, sound, realistic advice, they take it as bashing. Okay? It's kind of like Derek Jackson just tells women what they want to hear. Kevin Samuels is telling women what they need to hear. I don't always agree with everything Kevin Samuels say, but these are the things he's talking about here. I definitely agree. I think these women need to invest in some sort of, job with the money that they have, probably go for a course, go back to school while going on OnlyFans and get out of it. But they're not going to listen because they think it's bashing. Well, that's just the problem. Real men tell women the truth. Okay? They tell women the truth. And the sad thing is, in today's culture, women have been lied to in so many different ways that when they hear the truth, it's looked upon as hatred, bashing, or you're trying to oppress women. And it's the sad reality that this is what women have to face. I'm sorry, it would suck to be born a woman in this era, because to have to go through this, and then when you find the truth, you have to stand by it, and now you're hated by even fellow women. Man, it sucks. That's all I gotta say.
Little pampered princesses who can get online, make some money.
Okay, an ad's coming up. And it passed by. 4, 3, 2, 1. And here we go.
And think that they're on the same level as men who built this world, and they are not. That's what you just saw them leave, because they can't go get onto Wall Street, Main Street, anywhere, into a bank, into anybody's business to be taken seriously with their so-called business plan or their go-to-market strategy. You're taking what the world has given you, your creator has given you, and you put it online. Thank men for building the internet, the computers, the smartphone, and everything else that allows you to sit up in your luxury apartment and get paid for showing your feet. We did that. You didn't. And in 10 years, when no one wants to see your feet or your G-string or your tattoos or whatever else, these, Chris, the roommates, Mario, Fresh, we will all be still running our businesses because we don't get emotional about business. When somebody tells us we have a hole in our game, we humble ourselves, we check ourselves, we get better. That's what men do, because we have the business of building the world. We can't fucking walk off like babies because it happened. I didn't like it. See, Atlas can't shrug. If we shrugged, you would die. That's what happens every time one of you little crybabies gets called out here on the platform you came to get attention you asked for. When you get
This is what I'm saying. Everything he's saying is right. And they walking off because they can't handle the truth. How could these women want to be coddled? And the sad thing, feminism, the gynocentrism in this world, in the Western society, they lied to women. And now when women come to the truth, they can't take it. Okay? Now, the men that we're always told harsh truths. We're always told, get a job, get a better job, work harder, get built, get fit, exercise, all this stuff. And women are told they don't have to do anything. They're victims of being oppressed. Now, when it comes to them even wanting to hear the truth, they crack down. Imagine if these women getting married and they have to face the fact of their responsibilities of being a wife. They can't sit down and eat bonbons all day and like Peg Bundy and not do nothing all day. They have to sacrifice. They have to be there rearing the children, disciplining them while the man goes out and work. And she has to have a list of everything that's going wrong, what needs to be done, what needs to be fixed, what needs to be, what has to be bought during this week, what has to be done. Imagine if these women were ever to have a relationship, a serious relationship, and want marriage. They destroy it because they can't hear the truth. If you can't hear the truth about investments and your future, how could you have a wife? How could you have a husband? How? And don't tell me these women don't want to be married one day. Because the thing is, they will age and they will want to get married. Some of them, age brings reason. and they will want to get married. But the problem is they'd have to fight against all the lies they've been told all their lives. And they would have to give up OnlyFans too. And they would probably fight for that too. I want my OnlyFans. It's not your body, it's my body. That's why it is the red pill. That's why it is MGTOW. Don't agree with everything MGTOW says. But hey, these women are just making the red pill and the MGTOW grow every single day.
Get more smoke than you're willing to handle. You want to cry and stomp off. Well, kick rocks. And guess what? There'll be a new one tomorrow. Because neither one of y'all on the panel can honestly say that you are bringing something to the market that ain't 15 other chicas down on the street bringing. None. So when we sit here and try to have a conversation with you and tell you, guess what? Whether you're on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, whatever,
This is why I say that when they start legalizing the sex trade, they're going to have to need the pimps back. Because back in the day, the pimps are the ones that kept them in line. The pimps are the one that told them what to do, what has to be done, it's sad because that's what's going to happen. Because you know why the pimps are going to be needed back? Because the women are not, there are women in this Western society who will want that, but they don't want to be told what to do. And their own actions and poor decision making will lead them into the hands of the pimp. Few will survive. They'll have their own madam. They'll have their own houses and stuff, but that's few of them, because to be a madam and to have your own house and to have women under you working for you, you have to have a level of self-control and, sanity and sound reason and judgment. And unfortunately, those madams were not always good to their workers. Sometimes they would have an iron fist, because these women would try to act like these women here on the Roommate show, act defiant, and they would get beat down because they can't govern themselves. They love to be coddled. They're entitled. So like children, they need a parent figure to rule over them because they can't rule over themselves. That is what's going to happen in this economy. If this economy tanks, watch the rise of tyrants. And they will come to people like these women who will cry and beg for help. And they will act like they are, going to help them and give them aid. But slowly, they will tighten their iron fist around their necks and make them be their workers. That is what will happen.
new influencer, every new person thinks just because they have the dope content, they've got the fucking key. They've been discovered fire. They've invented the wheel, and there's more that goes into it than just turning on a camera and saying, "Hi, I'm on YouTube. Hi, I'm on Facebook. Hi, I'm on OnlyFans." It takes planning. It takes work. It takes strategy. It takes business knowledge. It takes collaboration. It takes a lot of things that you obviously don't have, and that's why you're upset. Because at the end of the day, you know you don't have them, and you don't have the patience, the intelligence, even the patience, the intelligence. Even the resources to sit down and just listen. So carry your cell phone, and when OnlyFans stops, Subway will be hiring.
Oh my God, mic drop.
Wow.
Dump him up, the Godfather.
Was he lying? Was he lying? No, he wasn't lying, because these women are going to go broke. They are going to go broke because of they keep on that path that they are going on. They don't want to listen. They're hard-headed, and they want to do what they want to do. Okay? They don't want to hear anything about investment. They don't want to hear anything about how you have to invest, because this wave will not last forever. It's a short wave. Women age, okay? And they have to protect their investment. They have to start investing, because you won't be able to do this forever. You can't be doing OnlyFans when you're 46, 56, 60. Or the fact the economy tanks. Now what? Because that's happening. The economy is falling apart. But that's the things about the news. They're not telling you the food shortage, the housing market, a lot of things. They are not telling you. And they're going to keep that suppressed because they don't want you to prepare. They don't want you to prep. They don't want you to invest. Okay. They want you to keep spending and acting like everything's going to be okay. It's not going to be okay. We're on the verge of coming to an apocalypse. And these women think that it will just the gravy train will last forever. And Kevin Samuels trying to warn you, and many other men have probably warned them in the past that this is money. This is a time when you get on YouTube and you make money, you on OnlyFans. It's time to start saving because this doesn't last forever. Okay. Even if I make 1,000 subscribers or more, and then I start making money, more and more subscribers, I can't rest on this to be something that I put my whole trust. No. Okay. I'd be a fool to. I take the money and invest it into something else, but there's no way that you rely on this forever. Perfect example. O'Shea Jackson. He's going into medical school. He uses the money to fund his own YouTube business, but he probably uses it. I don't know. He probably uses it for medical school and paying bills for his business and probably paying bills to where he lives in Poland. And you never know what's going to happen. Life happens, but this is why you can't be using this as something as a gravy train forever. Online business. OnlyFans is an online business. Okay. But you don't know what's going to happen. We're living in very uncertain times and people are not getting it. But he was right to say like Subways is hiring because the way they talk, it's barely a pulse. And these women have to learn the hard way. All right. This is the Red Pill Man, Hard Talk Radio. If you like my content, feel free to share, like, comment, and subscribe. I'm on YouTube. You guys who are on Podbean, check out Hard Talk Radio. You could put in Kevin Samuels Schools OnlyFans Models. Check that out, and you could check me out on YouTube. All right. You could also check me out, Red Pill Man, Kevin Samuels Schools OnlyFans Models, and you could subscribe there. All right. Okay. Later. Good night.